So let's talk about Baltimore and Detroit. Detroit wins the game, but it's the same old pattern with these two P.T. Barnum and Bailey circus teams that I consider like David Blaine meets David Copperfield. The juggling act, you know how this is going to go. You know the smoke and mirrors, the hoopla. Kind of like the James Harden, Chris Pauls, Paul Georges, you know, the ones that are hyped and they always promise they're going to do this, and then comes time to finish and deliver, and it's always Gag City. You know that he went from being Derrick Henry to Fumble Henry. That's what they're calling him now because he's going to give you that I formation power sweep, Earl Campbell esque, and then he's going to get punched. The ball's going to punch through late in the game, and it's going to be a fumble. And it's the same pattern. It's like people are using a blueprint of how Buffalo beat Baltimore is now the blueprint because Baltimore's offense is stagnant. Harbaugh should be fired, but he's so busy auditioning to be at the White House that he thinks. I said, well, don't you have to win something to get honored again? But you haven't done since back when the end days of before Snapchat and right when Instagram was coming out and the peak in the prime of Facebook. That's the last time you won anything. It's been a long time. He's been jacking money, milking the clock. The Ravens are a team that, yes, they're very talented and they're fun to watch and all that, but they play no defense. And the quick quote Rick Pitino, Suggs, Lewis, and Reed are not coming through that door. There is no defense there. And there's no real anybody there that can really stand to really put things in perspective. But, and that's what Detroit. Dan Campbell is the latest one. He does his Copperfield, David Blaine magic. They do a lot of trickery and they're fun to watch. But you know what happens with fun. Fun teams usually don't win championships. These are the two, what I call the circus, the P.T. Barnum Bailey, your Ringman Barnum Bailey, your magical theatricals, Siegfried and Roy, however you want to call it. These are the teams there. You know how it is. And you usually know how this game is going to go. The Lions came in, hit some big fourth down plays, did what they usually do. Baltimore, exciting for a moment, and did what they usually do. And, you know, I was watching First Take with Sagu is always talking about the Ravens are the top 2 or 3 teams. See, as far as putting points up, but they can't finish nothing. I mean, this team is too fully matured in time to be so predictable. All that hocus pocus and it's nothing but smoke and mirrors. You know, is Lamar Jackson actually going to finish something? How many games did they just lose that they either don't play defense or they blow leads or they just make careless mistakes? They just, you know. So this was a circus act. And both these teams, I'm going to tell you something. Now, Detroit's 2-1, Baltimore's 1-2. Baltimore beat Cleveland, but that even looked like that was they should have beat the Bills. But they could be 2-1. They could be 3-0 with some defense. That's what they're lacking. They are lacking. And they are a team of extremes. In Detroit, after getting thumped by Green Bay, bounced back the last 2 weeks. They smashed Chicago. The thing is that you pretty much know what to expect with these kind of teams. You know that it's going to be a lot of roller coaster rides and theatrics. But what's the end result? You already know that these two teams are not what I consider championship worthy as far as finishing up for the chip. But stat-wise, Jared Goff is playing what he does. It's the Lions' running game that really came in handy in this game. Because, again, Baltimore is just pathetic in the box. They don't scare nobody, and they're not stopping anybody. So Harbaugh must go. Should be a rallying cry in Baltimore. It really should be because Lamar Jackson's career is being wasted. They need a coach that can get them where they need to be. And yes, there's every right to complain. Andrews came back for Baltimore, had a touchdown and everything. But the problem with the Ravens is that they've been reading the hype about what they can do, but they don't finish. There should be some accountability, especially at home, where you just don't play defense, you blow leads, and you're going to bumble the ball, and you're going to find a way to choke and gag games away as usual. As far as the Lions, we'll see how they play out as the season goes. We'll see how it goes. Will they maybe to match Green Bay, Minnesota? Because that is the best division. The Bears, I'm not going to get too excited about because they only beat Dallas, so we'll see. But anyway, this concludes week 3 of the NFL. Monday Night Football game was definitely the illusion of the magician show. But are these? This should be your dream Super Bowl. In all honesty, this should be your dream Super Bowl. But I just think it's a lot of smoke and mirrors by two teams that have a lot of hocus pocus and let you make all the wishes you want, but their candles could be blown. We'll see how it turns out for both these teams. Stay tuned. Please like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear, watch out for another. Share the video if you like. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm one time. Peace.